G'day and welcome to the Better Communication Results podcast. Today's edition 129. Lee Hopkins here, and today we're diving into something that might seem counterintuitive for business leaders: the strategic use of silence in executive communication. Throughout my years working with executives in both Australia and England, I've observed that the most impactful leaders master what I call purposeful pauses. This isn't about awkward silences or hesitation. It's about strategic moments of reflection that enhance your message's impact. Let's explore why this works. When we communicate in high-pressure business situations, our natural tendency is to fill every moment with words. Watch any parliamentary question time and you'll see this in action. Rapid-fire responses that often generate heat but little light. The power of strategic silence operates on multiple levels in business communication. First, it demonstrates confidence. When you're secure in your position and expertise, you don't need to rush to fill every moment with sound. Think about the most respected board chairs you've encountered. They typically employ measured, thoughtful responses rather than rapid reactions. Second, strategic silence creates space for clarity. In my work with executives, I've seen how taking even a brief moment before responding allows for more structured, impactful communication. It's like the difference between a hastily written email and one you've taken a moment to review. The quality improvement is immediately apparent. Third, purposeful pauses command attention. In our current business culture, where instant responses are often expected, deliberate moments of reflection stand out. They signal to your audience, whether it's your board, your team, or the media, that what you're about to say deserves consideration. Let's consider how this applies in everyday business situations. During high-stakes negotiations, strategic silence can be particularly powerful. When someone makes a proposal, taking a moment before responding gives you time to process and signals that you're giving their ideas serious consideration. In board presentations, these strategic pauses serve multiple purposes. They give your audience time to absorb complex information. They allow you to gauge reactions and adjust your approach. Most importantly, they demonstrate a level of executive presence that enhances your message's credibility. Here's an interesting observation from my consulting work. The most effective pauses often come with non-verbal cues that enhance their impact. For example, when you're delivering quarterly results to stakeholders, maintaining steady eye contact during a pause can reinforce confidence in challenging numbers. I was recently in a boardroom when a CEO masterfully handled a series of difficult questions about market volatility. Instead of jumping to defend the company's position, she employed brief, purposeful pauses before each response. The effect was remarkable. It shifted the entire tone of the meeting from confrontational to collaborative. Let's make this practical. How can you implement strategic silence in your communication? Start small. In your next important meeting, try taking a deliberate pause before responding to questions. Not a lengthy, uncomfortable silence, just a moment to gather your thoughts. Think of it like wine tasting. Just as a sommelier takes time to appreciate the bouquet before commenting, give yourself permission to fully process information before responding. You'll likely find your responses become more measured and impactful. For virtual meetings, which we're all quite familiar with now, strategic silence becomes even more crucial. The natural rhythm of in-person communication is disrupted online, making purposeful pauses essential for clear communication. Here's a straightforward approach to begin with. Before your next important virtual meeting, practice taking a single breath before responding to questions. It's brief enough to feel natural, but long enough to create that moment of reflection. As you become more comfortable with strategic silence, you can expand its use. During presentations, try pausing briefly after key points. In negotiations, use silence thoughtfully to create space for others to reflect on proposals. Remember, this isn't about creating artificial delays. It's about giving yourself and others the gift of reflection time, leading to more thoughtful, impactful business communication. I've seen this approach transform executive communication styles across various industries, from mining in Western Australia to fintech in Sydney to facilities management in London. The principles remain consistent. Strategic silence enhances leadership presence and communication effectiveness. And that's it for another podcast. Join me next week when we'll explore the art of strategic storytelling in business contexts.